Hi guys and welcome back. This is going to be a little bit different than normal. As you can see, I am full screen, like proper full screen for the first time in age. I'm also the right way round. What's going on with that? I hear you ask. Also, new light. It is a fox. You can't see because I can't get the camera settings right. I will try to get that sorted. Yeah, welcome. I'm really hoping that me holding the microphone isn't going to mess anything up, but we shall see. Right, today I am talking you through the trip that me and my family went on in November, which was to York for a few days. That's all it was. If my voice sounds a little bit weird, I do apologise. I've been out for the past 2 days with my friend who came down from Leeds. It is now March 2026, by the way. This trip was in November, but I had other things to edit, upload, schedule, all that stuff beforehand, so we are getting into it now. Don't like it, sorry, but right, I'm not 100% sure what I'm doing, because I normally obviously don't do this for vlogs. I normally just edit the video, upload the video, whatever, but I thought, you know what, I kind of wanted to do it this way when I was recording, where it was like, as I'm recording, I'm thinking, right, I could do voiceover on this, leave this with the actual audio, etc, etc. So I will be going through it with you as we're talking. You will see me clip back to November Exza for the vlog and everything. It's going to be fun to edit, but we'll see if vlogs get more like this or if they stay. It depends. I think if it's a trip I might do it more like this, and if it's not then we'll see. Let's get into it. I hope you guys enjoy. Where are we going, Mother?
We're going York. We're going York and Extra in.
Hi. So yeah, starting in May last year, which is my birthday is in May, so my family said, because they went to York for my mother's birthday in January, they said, oh, you've always wanted to go to York, do you want to go for your birthday? And I was like, you know what, that'd be pretty cool, yeah. But none of us could get the time off at the same time or anything, so we were just like, you know what, why don't we make it later on in the year, you know? And then it just kept getting pushed back. So eventually we went, we were originally going to go like the end of October, but obviously, me being me, I always go out for Halloween. So I was like, you know what, don't make it Halloween or the day after, because I will be hanging out my arse, because it's Halloween. So make it for the day after that, we can head down and whatever. So we ended up going on the 2nd of November. As you can see me having fun in the car here. Listening to Freak Like Me by Hailstorm. My playlist is very strange. We're obviously listening to Guns N' Roses on the road. It's fun. And I was convinced that any statue in York was a weeping angel. Wow. Right, so the digs. Oh, the digs. As my dad calls places, digs that you stay in. It was like, it wasn't really an Airbnb, but it was like a really nice, it was on one of the ones my mum used, Trivago or one of those things. I don't know why they don't just use Airbnb. I personally, for every trip I've been on, have used Airbnb, but they organised it, they sorted it, whatever. So this is where they stayed when they went for my mum's birthday, and then obviously they liked it so much they were like, you know what, it's not in the centre of town, so it's not going to be like too loud or whatever, but it's like a 5-minute walk at most, so it's close enough that you don't have to like drive into town and everything. And honestly, really nice place. I will past Exza. I can't speak today. I do apologise. I would also have my headphones on. That's a fucker. But I got 2 piercings yesterday, so I got my secondaries done. So I don't really want to risk upsetting them or anything until they've had chance to heal. So keeping the headphones off for now, but I don't need them on. You guys know me without the bright fox ears, right? I don't know, maybe if I sit right where the light is, then I'll get blurry fox ears from the background. Yes, I will let... The shoulder still does that. I will let past Exza take it from here. I may get a bit better at this. Present Exza needs to just fucking go. Alright, past Exza, take it away.
You get the key out.
You've said that. So yeah, obviously this place was like really nice, quite big for 3 people.
You said it, not you. You were sitting there.
I was sitting there anyway. My mum was moaning about, well, not moaning, she was saying how they changed like the sofa situation, because the first time they went there was like just a small double-seater or something, then they'd added like a chair and you got the window seat and everything. So I don't know, I didn't go the first time, but she said that was good that they'd like changed it so that you had more room to play. Won't be able to see the TV.
That wasn't there last time.
You're going to be the most annoying person. The kitchen was like huge for a couple-day trip. I mean, I know, like my mum said, you can get like, you could obviously stay there for like a week, 2 weeks, though you probably done everything you can do in York at that point. But yeah, loved the kitchen. Does it look like I'm doing a picture?
Yeah.
Oh, that. Oh no. Obviously, we didn't end up using the washing machine or anything.
That was a long way.
That was a long way.
Oh,
I need a wee.
I need a way, I'm going first.
Those bagpipes. Oh, honey, those bagpipes. All I heard the whole time was my mother thinking they were so hilarious that she was just lift and drop and let it squeak at you, and then lift and drop and let it squeak at you. I'm like, can you please not? Oh my god, see, beat. This microphone setup is not going to go well, because I'm worried that you guys can hear every little movement of the wire, which is why I started doing it a different way, which is why in recent videos you can't hear the wire clanging. But I'm hoping with it not being against the actual desk bit that it's not going to. I don't know, I was just going to set it down and be like, yeah, cool, whatever, like normal, but then I was like, I'm presenting today, that does not sound good, but you know. Let me hold the microphone, and I'm regretting my choices right now. I may change it halfway through. We'll see. You were the last one to go before we left.
That's beside the point. Your bedroom.
Yeah, I'll get to it.
It's not like that on there.
Very red.
Huh?
It's very red. My bedroom. Right. I'll close them blinds. Yeah, so my room was like cool, like a little single bed. Ooh, what are these? Earbuds. Might need those with my parents. Yorkshire. But yeah, my room, nothing to write home about. I kept the blinds closed for like the whole time until we left, because that's just me. Plus there's a street outside, bro. Why would I want them like looking at me through the street? I don't fucking know. Murderers. But yeah, the room was a room. Yeah, I really liked all the artwork that was around. That was like really nice. When we put the heating on the first night, I literally like boiled to death, because it was really cold at first, but then we put the heating on, and like half an hour later I'd like fallen asleep because I was absolutely shattered. And I woke up like half an hour after that, dying. I was like, I cannot breathe. Where does this heat come from? So yeah, that good heating. Typical. Somewhere has the most wardrobe. Put your trousers up.
I forgot it.
You twat. Someone actually has the most wardrobe space I've ever seen, and we're here for 3 days.
Yeah, but some people come for a week.
Yeah, some people.
Yeah.
Where's he going?
Get the luggage.
Bye, Dad. I don't have a TV.
You don't have a TV.
You've got a TV.
You've got earplugs.
Yeah, my parents' bedroom had a TV. Mine didn't. Very annoying. They've got a whole double bed. They could go sit in the lounge with the TV. Meanwhile, little old me, I just watched YouTube on my phone, let's be honest. But you know. Just rude. I know. 4 packets of them.
You've got a clothes brush. You've got your own towel, that's your bath towel. Well, I don't know what
I don't know, I've not checked. Test. Look at this bitch right here, sat on the bed. Doing the bed test. I like them softer, but you know. It's like feather. The bed was quite comfy. It was just the fucking... As you can see, wasn't exactly a huge fan of the feather quilt, because I have a I don't know if it's a texture thing or what, or a sound thing. I don't like feather quilts, pillows, anything like that. Plus every so often a feather like sticks out and pokes you, and it's like, why? It's a feather duvet. Okay, more storage. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how I'm going to edit this. I don't know. I'm literally just going to ramble and then hopefully edit it into a somewhat coherent thing for you guys to watch. I don't know what I'm doing. Also, ignore my hair today. It's not doing anything I want it to do, so don't judge the hair. It was in a bun, but the past couple of weeks, for some reason, whenever I put my hair in a bun, it just doesn't want to sit right. It makes it look really weird, and I'm like, okay, fine. So then I put it in a ponytail, and I'm like, it looks shit. I know it looks shit. I'm tempted to cut it all off again, but you know, it's just irritating me. We should be looking at all that, shouldn't we? What? Oh yeah, I've looked all through that.
Ironing board and...
Right, bathroom there. I hope you're not left your piss in the toilet.
It's in your big deep bath, look at that.
The bath. Honey, the bath. It was so good. It was so deep, and when I get my own place, that is the sort of bath that I am wanting. Yes, it is.
And you're massive, look at the shower.
No, I'm not fussed about that. It's that I want. You know, I'm having a bath every night, right?
Are you?
Yeah. Might even have one before we go on Tuesday.
Down there as well. So that's where that was in the front room last time we came. And me and your dad said, how do you expect 6 people to come in here and only have 2 seats?
Well, some people don't like being around other people, Mother. That's locked.
Yeah, the key's in there.
Your grudge hatch is locked.
It's got all the cleaning stuff and everything in it.
It's very red. Don't turn that off, I'm going in there in a second. Leave me in darkness.
So, that was there. That.
But yeah, other than that, like, there's not too much to say about the digs. I know I've said quite a bit already, but there's not too much to say about it. It was a good place to stay. 5 stars. Upstairs neighbours were a little bit noisy, but that's not, that's not the Airbnb's fault. And of course you've got the obligatory mirror selfies, because I don't know, like the past couple of years I've started taking more mirror selfies, which I don't never really used to do, but yeah. Whatever. Which way do we go? Straight up. Monk's Gate. So Monk's Gate, Obviously they've got like construction happening on it, so you know, not the best for aesthetic purposes. But Monksgate was just a walkway into the town, really. It's kind of like where the walls used to cross over and whatever. It was really cool to see. Like, bear in mind I grew up in Nottingham, so it's like we've got like old buildings and shit, but seeing like more of the castle-y style stuff was really cool. And York's just such a beautiful place. I could see myself living there, not gonna lie. So yeah, Monksgate was literally like the walkway we went through from outside the town where our digs was to like inside the town. Monksgate was our crossing over thing into it. And just look how pretty that is. Ugh, I love it. This is York Minster. You will get a better view of it later, I promise. But yeah, just like look at this street, dude. Look at this street. Like, honestly, this whole place was gorgeous. Obviously they got like all the punting, I want to say is the word, with the little flags up, and like something that I've always loved since I was a kid is Victorian style buildings. So there's that many of them here, and they all look like they're about to collapse, but they're like sturdy as well. I love York. I love York. So pretty.
Giles.
Say Giles. So our first main stop of the day was actually the Jorvik Centre, which is somewhere I've always wanted to go. Obviously, as somebody who does Viking reenactment, the main draw to York for me, other than the ghosts, was the Viking side of things. Obviously, Jorvik is Old Norse for York. Or it was like York something, and then they like shortened it. Yeah, either way. Jorvik, because J's are Y's, and trying to explain that to my mother did not. It's the Jorvik. I'm like, no, it's the Jorvik. So I'm gonna let the guy who was one of the guides sort of introduce you to it, like while you were waiting to go in and stuff. I'm gonna let him take it away. So take it away. What do you look like? Do you look like a Barney? Do you look like an Earl or a Simon? I don't know. Take it away, dude. This is fucking unhinged.
Its entirety is underground. Around about 5 metres underground, that's that way. All the way up to 5 metres underneath Cafe Nero, Avis Shoe John, that way. And then about a 70 metre width. It's all underground, and to get there, you need to descend either 27 steps or use our modern lift. Either way, we'll end up on a glass floor downstairs. The glass floor underneath of which is a bite-sized chunk, a sort of a replica of an excavation that took place right here between May 1976 and September 1981. The excavation was a little bit bigger though than what you're going to go and see. In fact, as I've already mentioned, Cafe Nero all the way down to the Cattle Shed Burger Bar, and then about 100 metres wide. It was a very large excavation indeed, brought about due to the demolition of a sweet factory that used to stand on this site all those years ago. You'll get a better explanation about what is below the glass floor from one of my colleagues when you get there. From there you'll move on to our ride, where you'll be able to experience the sights, the sounds and the smells of Viking York. Now don't get too hung up about the smells. Most people do just after lunch, it's a bit of a loop. They're not as bad as what they would have been like back in the day. Alright, they're a bit sort of a taster session as opposed to the full thing. Please, 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 just embrace the smells. Please do not try and hold your breath for around about 15 or so minutes when you're on the ride. That generally results in something quite dodgy called death. It's not good, alright? So please just embrace the smells. They're not that bad, really. From there though you'll move on to a more traditional gallery section where you'll be able to see some of the artefacts that we excavated during the excavation. Such wonders as a frying pan. You get the idea? Such wonders as a woolly sock. And the world's largest human fossilised
Better tell me about
And a lot more besides. There's a lot more down there than that. Enjoy it. Oh, before you do go downstairs, folks, just a couple of things. Please.
Alright. So do feel free to join me here on the last floor, everyone. We'll start talking in just a moment when everyone's downstairs.
So, as you guys just saw, that whole room was basically like a glass floor. I don't know how obvious it is in the video, to be fair, but yeah, it was all basically like a glass floor, and then they like recreated the dig site, so where they found like the houses and bits of jewellery and all that stuff, which was really interesting. I love a good museum. I am a bitch for a good museum. Love it. And the fact that it was about Viking stuff as well, and I was like, oh, this is something I actually know a fair bit about. I'm not going to pretend to be an expert or anything, but yeah, it was kind of cool. And obviously then I had my parents asking me like, is this accurate? Do you know about this? And I'm like, I can only sort of give you like half the time yes, half the time no. So just because I do Viking reenactments and I enjoy Viking stuff doesn't mean I know everything. It just means that like I'm interested, and it becomes a bit of a hyperfixation every so often. So
Hi everyone, welcome down. Good afternoon.
hey, ain't as bad as Blackpool. So these were all the bits of like jewelry that they'd found here, and the person, it's kind of funny because the person that was showing us them, they were like talking about them and stuff, and I was like, oh shit, no, we've like, I've used some of these sorts of beads before, because Beardy, who you guys should know, Beardy is a silver and goldsmith, and one of his Viking characters is to create jewelry. He doesn't do as much of that now, but that was his, like, for years that was his character. And so like obviously I was telling them, oh yeah, my best mate in my group does this, and he was like, oh, what group? And I was like, oh, Viking reenactment, part of the Danelaw clan. And he was like, oh, I'm part of a Vike group too, and we started chatting about that. It was kind of fun. It was fun to talk to somebody else that's like interested in this stuff. And after that we went on to the ride, which is about like, I think altogether it was about 15 minutes. I didn't like film the whole thing. I like took quite a few clips of it, and have put them here for you guys to watch. So I will let Past Exza take it away again, and you guys can enjoy the ride. Obviously I still recommend you going yourselves, because like the man said outside, the smell, there's no way to really describe it. That's the it gave me a migraine. That might be why I slept so good that night, because I just fucking zonked out. But yeah, the smell, oh honey, go to York if you get a chance. 1066.
Around the time Eric Bloodaxe, the last Viking king, was banished, York expanded dramatically, with new streets, new churches, and a brand new style of houses. Goods from one side of the Viking world to the other. Silks and the cowrie shell found here suggest trade with Central Asia, the Eastern Mediterranean, and the Red Sea. It's possible that Arab traders like this man made their way to York to sell their goods. Slavers may have come to York from Dublin or elsewhere, bringing with them the spoils of their raids or battle victories. Slaves were an important part of society all over Northern and Western Europe at this time. It looks like this slave trader is trying to make his way up to Copenhagen. But before we get there, let's have a look at some of the many craftspeople working here in the city. Here's Sigurd, is using animal bones and antler from deer to make some everyday objects such as combs, comb cases, skates, and bone pins. Making a comb from antler can be very time consuming, as the ones found here are made from many pieces riveted
Don't
together.
rest your arm out the edge.
We know that the
Keep your arms inside the vehicle.
as we found many combs in the excavations, as well as items such as tweezers and even ear screws. We'll now head away from the river towards the street, Copperfield, and meet some more of the people who lived and worked here. As you can see the pen by the fence. From the many pig bones we found here, we know that Viking pigs were quite short and had a long snout like a wild boar. Pigs will eat almost anything, so would have been a great way to turn household waste into meat. Here's the blacksmith's house. Look inside and you can see his wife by the fire. Grummy, the blacksmith, is teaching his son how to sharpen a knife he had just made. Cleaning their couch. Goods and raw materials from across Britain, as well as rare and valuable items from further afield, were brought into York here. Iron alloy bars from Britain alongside amber, sharpening stones and walrus ivory from Scandinavia, and good wine from the Rhineland. Jorvik was truly bustling, a vast international trading centre. Here some fishermen cleaning their catch and mending their nets. Fish from the rivers and the sea were brought into York, and we found thousands of fish bones that tell us exactly what the people ate, which included lots of fish, eels, and even oysters. So these men are probably doing a roaring trade. Have a look at the man gutting the fish. His face has been reconstructed, based on a skull that was. We are now entering one of the new style oak planked buildings. We were still discussing whether these buildings were 1 or 2 stories, but they all had rooms or cellars below ground level. As we travel through this 2-roomed house, you can imagine that the floor at the back is being built, and you can see the cellar below where goods are stored. Above this sunken room, the window openings are only small, so, as you can see, it would have been quite dark inside these houses. In addition to the hearth, small pottery lamps and wax candles were used to create light so that the people who lived here could carry out their everyday tasks. In this front room, you can see a woman working at the loom, which was time. In this backyard, animals have been slaughtered to provide meat and...
So then after the ride, you sort of like go to the actual like museum part, you know, where they've got the exhibits and the stands with all the things they've found. So a lot of it, obviously, like here you've got like all the axe heads and like just so much. Obviously, if you need to see anything a bit better, just pause the video and you can have a look. But I tend to just do a sweep when I'm recording, because obviously, like, I know a lot of these places don't like people recording, because then it stops other people from wanting to come because they've already seen it and whatever. I don't work that way. If I saw a video of a museum, it just made me want to go there more. But you know, that's how people are. And now I will show you a dead body. It's not a real dead body. Oh my god, YouTube's gonna fucking hate me. It's not a real dead body. Well, it is, but it's a skeleton from before 1066. So calm your tits, YouTube. Alright? It's not a real dead body. Does a skeleton count as a dead body? I guess so. Oh, fucking. But yeah, I'll hand you over to my skeleton friend for a moment. Oh, this is deranged. Was this the lady?
Yeah.
So yeah, this skeleton was found here. She was a woman. Oh, she's a woman. I'm so bad at this shit. I'm so bad at this. And obviously I had to get like a close-up of the skull and shit because, yeah, why not? We've also got like a bunch of combs, which again, Beardy has one. If I can, I might get him to send me pictures, but I don't know if I can be bothered, being honest. And all the jewellery that we spoke about before, like from upstairs and stuff. Yes. And we've got like a bunch of coins and stuff, and all like the stuff to make coins and everything. I've actually made my own Viking coins before. And this next bit is an item that, it's strange that they're known for this, let me just say. Pretty much everybody I know that has been to the Jorvik Centre has turned around and gone, oh, you need to see that. And even the man outside mentioned it, so I will let Exza take it away. That's what that guy was pushing out, that's why I was screaming. So yeah, this place had like so much cool finds and stuff, and bear in mind all of these were found on site. Like the guy said, it was from like the chocolate factory, the old chocolate factory, which I can't remember which one. I want to say Bourneville, but obviously that would be in Bourneville, so I'm like, was it a Thornton? It was a chocolate factory. But yeah, from there to like the end of the street or so, like it wasn't that big a dig site, but it was at the same time. It's yeah, I don't fully know what I'm talking about. But the fact that they found all of this cool shit in amongst it all was really cool. Being able to see it all. And I already know how to play Nefeltaffel. We do not have enough time for a game of Nefeltaffel, I will tell you that right now. However, if they sell the boards, I may be tempted to get one. Actually seeing that they found a Nefeltaffel board, which is great. Which it is great. I don't think they had the board for display from what I can remember. Oh no, they did, yes. They had the board for display. And yeah, Nefeltaffel is, or as I call it, nipple tassels. It's a fun game. It's kind of like chess, but also kind of like capture the flag. Like your main goal, if your defense is to keep your king alive, your main thing as attack is to kill the king. But as attack, you don't get a king. You are literally just there to fucking bombard them in an attack. Actually fairly good at it myself, to the point where in my group the resident Taffel player got owned one day and was very confused. That's a story for another day. There's a very pretty lyre. Very odd shape for a lyre though. The lyre was kind of cool. Like I say in the video though, it's a very strange shaped lyre. Like it's not that weird, but it's like compared to the ones I'm used to, it was very much more lute-like. No, it's hard to a harp. It was more like a harp than a lyre. And obviously we weren't allowed to play it, so well, were we? I don't fucking know. We might have been. It's been a while. If I could lift it up and actually like do my plinky plonky and stuff, that would be fine, but I wasn't allowed. I think it was like you can touch it, but you can't like lift it up and stuff. But and then obviously there's all like the old tablets and shit, which were actually quite rare, so the fact that they've got 3 on display is kind of cool. That one, you've seen that specific one before, because that's one me and Beardy recreated. And you have more of the old coins and stuff, which I know how to make. I've actually made some before that we sold during uni when we were trying to make money for our end of year show. Still think it's dodgy that we had to do that, but you know. So yeah, basically you kind of like, you have this cylinder of metal, and you put the whatever material you're making the coin out of in the bottom as like a little disc, and then you get another bit of metal and you stick it in. Imagine a pestle and mortar, but like closed. Does that make any sense? Like, it's not open, it's like the pestle, the mortar's the bottom bit, right? The stick thing fits flush to the bowl thing. That's how it works. But you kind of slot that in, and then on the end of that is your stamp, which is like the imprint of the coin. So you stick that in, you get your hammer, give it a big old whack, and you've imprinted your coin. And obviously you then turn it around to do the other side. That shoulder never clicks. What is going on? What is happening? But yeah, that's how you make a Viking coin, and that's how all of those ones there were probably made. The more you know. Ding. It's about that I really want an old Viking dice. Like, they're kind of cool, no? And there's even like a weirdly shaped D20 there. I want to say it's a D20. It looks like they tried to make a D20. Not sure if they succeeded. I've never rolled it before, but you know. And we have another dead body. This one I think was male from what the sign said. I was too interested in like looking at the details and shit. It's very strange because like, you know, that this was once a person, so it feels very weird having it like in front of you in a display case. It's like your brain's like telling you, hang on a minute. But it's hard to explain how seeing a dead body works, you know, like, who would have thunk it? I'm sliding. I'm going. Yes, I did almost die. I didn't, I just slid down too far because I was trying to get a good shot, and my legs were going like this. And thankfully my mother was stood next to me and just put her foot there so I would stop sliding, because we were on a little bit of a slope. You can't really tell in the video, but we were on a little bit of a slope. So yeah, I almost died. Such a shame. And there was just like some more jewellery and stuff, and then that was the Jorvik Centre. Did you guys enjoy that? There's some more obligatory mirror selfies for you. You've earned them. In my Demi Lovato jumper. Because of course. I didn't really get a better or any video of the market, actually, which was probably bad. This was the one little video I got of the market, and it was basically the rum people asking if we wanted to try some rum. I'll let Pasteza show you how that went. Oh yeah, go on mate. Yeah, I should have got more videos of the market. We didn't really go on it, but we did at the same, like, we had a look around and stuff, but it wasn't really like a, oh, let me film everything and see, because, like, again, it's one of those things where it's like, York Market, it's known for its market, right? There's, like, a bunch of things that York is known for, and its market is one of them. I recommend going. And obviously I can't be like, oh, well, I couldn't be asked to film, so I didn't film. Because you need to go yourself. That's not what I'm trying to say. It's more like it wasn't, I don't know, it wasn't like a, oh, let me film all of this market and show you kind of thing. We did go more around on day 2. Like day 1 was literally just so we like spotted the rum place, spotted something else that I can't even remember what it was at this point, and then left. So it wasn't like we were round there all day on the first day or anything.
What, should we eat in or take away?
I don't know.
Watch out for the curb, mother. Yeah, my mum almost fell off the pavement trying to take a picture of the shambles. And here is where we finally get a better view of York Minster. Yeah, it was huge. Fucking huge. But with our luck, obviously, they had scaffolding and stuff up that day. They would do it, well, for the whole time we were there. I think it was like a couple week long. I don't even want to say renovation's the word. I'm not sure what the word would be. Like, fixing, I guess. And yes, this next clip is going to be probably a clip that I use on the channel now, because I don't know what possessed me to do it, but it was fun, so enjoy. But yeah, it was, I mean, I don't think the videos do it more justice than the pictures, because obviously the pictures aren't going to get much. It was of me stood in front of a wall, pretty much. But obviously, like, the videos show more of the scale, but unless you see it in person, it's like, you probably don't think it's that big. But yeah, these pictures don't really do it like full-blown justice as to how big it is, but that was like one tiny little wall on the end, bear in mind, so all the rest was like a lot bigger. This Mucky Pig Lane sign, I took a picture of this because it reminded me of Sven, which is our... Is mascot the right term? Probably not. Sure, it's our like group mascot is Sven the boar. So as soon as I saw this, I took a picture and sent it to Beardy. As does have a little penis sticking out on it though, because Viking sense of humour and everything, let's be honest. But it's pretty much this dude. So now we're getting to the first place we went for food while we were here. This was the Divine restaurant, and it was actually quite good. Like, so we had, well, I had this cocktail, I cannot remember what it was called. It was a bit like a Blue Lagoon, but it wasn't a Blue Lagoon, you know, but I think it had like vodka and rum in it or something. It was very nice, anyway, and a sprig of mint on top, which, love that on a cocktail, even though I'm slightly allergic. This is me enjoying that cocktail with a little cherry blossom plant behind me. Love it. Oh, it's my old glasses. I didn't have my new glasses at this point, guys. And then for the main, this was so good. It was so good. I had, well, my parents both had steak because they're British and they always have steak. I myself am not much of a meat eater. I will have a steak every so often, but I saw this, I think it was the fungi penne, which had like this cheesy, Alfredo-y, creamy, delicious fucking sauce on it. I think it had chicken in it as well, but I might be wrong. I can't fully remember. But there was also like all the mushrooms, and then they came over with the cheese thingy. You know the thingy? Yeah, they came over with that thing, and they went, tell me when to stop, and I went, you might want to decide for yourself, Duck, because otherwise I'll never tell you to. I love cheese. No, my dad sort of gave me a look across the table because I was sort of just watching it, and this cheese come down, and I was like, fuck, what do I do? My dad just gave me a look of like, stop, kind of thing, and I was like, oh, that'll do, thank you, yay. And could have had more cheese on it, not gonna lie. No, it was delicious. And then for dessert, of course, I am a bitch for creme brulee. Love a creme brulee. This one was... Okay, it was nice. It wasn't the best creme brulee I'd had. It didn't have... how do I describe it? From what I remember saying to my mum, it had like a vanilla-y taste, but it wasn't like... it was more of a nutmeggy, gingery taste, which isn't really my preference, instead of the vanilla taste. Bear in mind, I don't normally like vanilla, but a creme brulee needs to be vanilla-y, because it's creme brulee, you know. But it had too much of like a gingery, yeah. I don't know what other spices they used in it, but it was a nutmeggy, gingery. It was good, it just wasn't like the best creme brulee I've had, and a connoisseur of these posh foods to nobody else. No, I'm not. I'm just a Taurus, and I like bougie things. What can I say? And also, can I just a little side rant here, away from the York. Tauruses aren't foodies. We like the finer things in life. That doesn't necessarily mean we eat all food that's put. No, that means we like bougie stuff. You know, it doesn't have to be food. It could be drinks, it could be clothes, it could be money. It doesn't just mean we're foodies, okay? So every compilation out there ever that's like, oh, all the star signs is this, and then every single Taurus one is somebody fucking stuffing their face full of food. That's not how we work, honey. Sometimes. Give me cheese and we'll talk. So yeah, that was the end of the first day in York. I hope you enjoyed this video. I don't really know how it's going to turn out. I'm hoping it's going to be good. I would love to do more videos where I actually sit in front of you guys with my little microphone and just rant at you. No, just ramble a bit, and then edit it with like whatever I've done, or I don't know. I'm tempted to do more like food videos this way, because it makes it a bit easier, because then I can just like record all the food stuff instead of like trying to vlog while I'm waiting for something to cook and then like possibly burning it or whatever. I've not done it yet, but you know, I get distracted easily, you know. Yeah, I'm gonna go clean my new piercings and then I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you all next time. Bye, guys. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Fucking hell. You deranged motherfucker. Welcome back, guys. God, it's been a while. Still the same day for me. I've just changed my shirt. Should not be telling you guys that. I just twanged my new fucking piercing when I was changing my shirt, by the way. Bad idea. Should have just kept with the same shirt. It was the wave, but with a capybara on it. Billy got it me for Christmas. Love it. Should have just kept it on. Because I've just instantly told you that it's the same day anyway. But I was going to moan about my piercings again anyway, so... yeah, I got my secondaries. Anyway. Should we get into it properly? Should we actually talk about York? Should we actually do the video like a normal person? I will let Pasteza take it away with the start of this video with me dancing away in the mirror. Don't know why. Don't know why. Enjoy. I'll be back. Yeah, shake that. Totally not embarrassing at all. And then I found a chessboard, because me and my dad get up a lot earlier than my mum, because I'm used to working at like 4 in the morning and he's just working at 6 in the morning, so we get up like a lot earlier before my mum does. So I found a chessboard and my dad taught me how to play chess, which I had never played before. I think I used to play like the Microsoft chess when I was like 5, but I don't know what I was doing. This was like the first time I actually knew what I was doing. And then you've got some selfies of me and my mum, and then she made me take a picture in my weird outfit. It wasn't even weird. A hoodie and a skirt is always a weird one to me. I like it, but I don't at the same time, and I don't know why. Scream. And the skirt was like a little bit long because I've lost weight and it like was a bit too big. But oh well. Still repping the Demi Lovato jumper though. So that morning we were like, well, what do we do to start the day? And my dad was like, you don't want to go around like the whole walls while you're here, do you? And I went, you know what? That's what we'll do to start the day. We didn't actually end up going around the whole of the walls. Hole in the wall. Fucking hell, who remembers that shit? But we did go around like I think we were at the north bit. We were at the eastern corner tower and fortress area. That's what happens when you check the video properly, Exza. Boom. Maybe I should write scripts for these, because otherwise I'm not going to... I just ramble. I don't know what that was. Guests followed me home from York. Onto walls. Onto walls. Yeah, the walls were really cool. Like, really cool. Like, I know we only went like across one of the short bits.
We are standing above the remains of the eastern corner tower of the fortress. That'd be that.
But just being able to look out over like castle style walls is really cool. This is the wall that goes around the halls. I can't believe it.
Not when I've seen it from here anyway.
Well, yeah, but you see a little viewing platform thing, you go up the little viewing platform thing. And we got quite a few good pictures up here. I think these are some of the favourite pictures I took just because, I don't know, like just the mugginess. Mugginess? Nah, that's not the word I'm looking for. But like the ones where, like these ones where I've got the trees and the wall and everything, I was like, oh, gorgeous, I love it. You got like the autumn leaves and shit, and then you just got my ugly mug stood there with some trees. I took this picture because it was weird, because it was like the juxtaposition of the old style Victorian house style building and then just like a fucking glass office right next to it. After this wandering around, we managed to find our way back to the Shambles, which is where we kind of tried to find somewhere to eat for breakfast at that point, but you can see like Rollies fudge and all that stuff, gelato, and obviously as soon as I saw Rollies fudge I was like, Rolly fudge? Yeah! Well, so we managed to find a cafe on the corner, which I pointed out. We did wander around for a bit trying to find somewhere, but I was like, you know what, this place does like paninis as I call them. And it also does like bacon butters for my parents, because I don't eat bacon but they do. They're easy to fucking get food for, let's be honest. I am not. I am a fussy motherfucker. So yeah, we went to Shambles Corner Coffee Shop, which was really cool. They gave me this bistro. Do you like the bistro? I liked the bistro. I think that was... I had a mango lassi. Because the place was Indian owned, and as soon as I saw it on the menu I was like, oh, I gotta get a mango lassi. I fucking love a mango lassi. It's basically just like mango milkshake in a way, but made with like yogurt instead of milk, if that makes sense. Very nice. And then my food was this really nice halloumi, sun-dried tomato and pesto panini, which is really good. And the chips, I mean, look at those chips. Fries. Look at those fries. Tell me they don't look good. I think they were like double baked or something, or double fried. That's, you know, just said the word, Exza. Come on. But yeah, really good. Really good. I love a bit of halloumi as well, though. Oh, I love a bit of halloumi. And then my mum wanted some pictures of me down one of the little wonky donkey alleyways. So yeah, that's me posing under one of them. This was just after we went around the market, so we had food, then went around the market, and then we were kind of like coming out and wandering around and stuff, and that's when that happened. And then this is just a picture of the Shambles outside one of the Christmas shops that they have. We were looking for the big one because my mum wanted to go in it. I don't know, it's not really mine or my dad's sort of thing. But the Christmas shop, we found a little one down the shambles. Apparently the other one was like on a different road. We did walk past it, but we were practically going home at that point, so I was like, fuck that, you know. One of my favourite shops that we went in the shambles was the Alchemist Society. I fucking loved it. It was so good. And yeah, I will let past Exza and my mum show you what it was, because it was so good. It was so good. At least I don't have an Artax sinking into the mud. I loved The Neverending Story growing up. Loved it. It was such a good film. I honestly fully can't remember it now. I'm not gonna lie, I need a rewatch. But yeah. Then we found these little dragons. Are they not the cutest fucking thing you've ever seen? Like, hello? Cute. Obviously fell in love with this, with the black and blue one that you've just seen there, the black one and blue eyes. There was all these different colours, and I was like, oh my god. I actually really love the blue and green, which is not like, I don't do green, you know? I was like, oh my god, blue and green. Oh, he's so cute. And then there was like the purple and black one. Honey, my two favourite colours, of course. There was so many of them, and I loved them all. There was also like all these music boxes and jewellery and so much. And my mum found a Nightmare Before Christmas music box, which is what she's just sort of piped up about, and she's like, oh, let me try it. Doesn't know the speed of which to do it, so it's like, are we sure this is Nightmare Before Christmas? I think you're doing it too quickly. That doesn't sound like Nightmare Before Christmas. I don't know if it was supposed to be Jack's Lament or if it was supposed to be... Oh wow, I'm showing my emo side right now. Jack and Sally's song. Couldn't tell because my mother was winding it, so I don't know what it ended up being. Tell me if you think you can discern what it was. So when we walked in, and I think you can hear it in the video, me saying, well, at least it's not Artax sinking into the swamp of sadness. So one of the people that works there came up to me, didn't she? And she says, well, actually, I've got a perfume called the Swamp of Sadness. It's got a picture of him fucking drowning on it. Guys, when I say that film traumatized me, I ain't joking. I ain't fucking joking. Hello. Hello. So yeah, we kind of walked like back down to a different church at this point, I think it was. Just made our way down, had a wander around. Because our plan of action, they asked me, like, because obviously they said you like museums and shit, why don't you look into what museums are around and stuff. Museums. Exza. So one that I found was called the Adventurers Guild, I want to say. This one. This was the one I found, and I was like, cool, that sounds really cool. They didn't want to do it. So instead we ended up walking down the side of the river to the York Castle Museum, which had the York Castle on the hill, not the Ed Sheeran song, or the way I interpret it as the Nottingham song, because we've got a castle on the hill too. But yeah, we ended up going there instead. By the time we got out of the museum, unfortunately the castle on the hill was closed. We couldn't go in to see, but yeah, we'll get into York Castle Museum, and this was honestly like, I think we were in there at least 2.5, 3 hours at least, and it was, you know what, they have so much there. You basically, instead of like paying, so you do pay a fee, but instead of like it going to like whatever, it goes to like the upkeep, a donation basically, which was kind of cool. It was a really cool place. So I'm gonna let past Exza take it away. I will be popping in and out, but yeah, this is the York Castle Museum. Enjoy. This is how you'd have your house if you could.
No, it ain't.
So yeah, they had these exhibits that were basically like the old rooms that they would have looked like and stuff. Obviously they had all these old artifacts that they'd found and everything, which was really cool. I didn't really read any of the things. Yeah, but while I'm editing, I'm going to read through the signs and shit, you know. I do like educating myself, but I prefer being like, oh, look, shiny. Meeches. I've not got to that bit yet. This place was like huge. Like huge. Like it was penny farthing. I know what that is. Ginormicus. And there was like all these different wings to it and stuff. It was really cool. That's where we are.
Oh, as well, yeah.
I should be in there. Yeah, they had a lot of like old stuff. Obviously when I read the Kirk Legacy, my brain goes to Captain. Apparently that's not it. Apparently it's not Captain Tiberius, James Tiberius Cock from Star Trek, the original series. Oh, come on, you guys must be nerds if you're watching me as well, right? Yeah, it was really cool how they made like these little rooms that looked like how it would have looked back in there. And they obviously like went through the time periods and stuff. So from when like, I'm assuming it's from when like this place was first built, all the way through and like how the rooms would have looked. Yeah, you know what I mean, right? And then this was like the weird window room that showed like the street. So the whole thing of this place is like, yes, you've got the museum, whatever. This room in particular that you're like looking out over through this window is made to be a recreation of how the old streets would have been, which is so fucking cool. Love that sort of shit. Love it so much. And yeah, more of like how the rooms would have looked. That cardboard cutout in the corner was creepy as fuck. I did say how uncomfortable that baby crib would probably be, but you know, I mean, everything here just looks uncomfy to me. It's like, oh yeah, solid wood, that's good for the back. And then we got to the Art of Motion room, which was very strange to go into after you'd just seen all like this Victorian style stuff, but I'm not even going to say anything about this next bit, just enjoy. Just enjoy. Yeah, I'm not actually too bad at doing the robot, am I? I used to do street dance. Self-taught, but you know, yeah, there's not much for me to say about that. Let's move on. And then we got into the section that was all like the old clothes and like going through the clothes in the decades and shit. Hoop skirt. I love clothing. I love history. I love fashion history. So, you know, I was kind of in my element, just like looking around, seeing everything. Honestly, I wish they made glasses nowadays that look as good as glasses back then did. Just saying. You know the really tiny circular ones that were like sunglasses in like the 90s? I want some. Can't fucking find them anywhere though, can I? Bullshit. Bullshit. I mean, honestly, the fashion that was in this place, I'm like, that's next level, bro. That is like, if that was on a runway today, it'd be, oh, where's all the deflating balloons and shit? If you know, you know. But runways nowadays are literally just like, let's push the boat for the sake of it, but not like something that anybody would actually practically wear. Whereas back then, I can imagine like all of these being on a runway now, and everyone would be like, "Oh my god, that's so cutting edge. That's so cool." And obviously, fashion makes its rounds every however many years, you know. So, well, hey. I am a twat, and we all know that by now. Let's move on. They had a little dress up bit. So I put on one of the jackets, and my mum wanted a picture. I don't think it looked too bad with the outfit, not gonna lie. I didn't think beige would work with it, but you know. But yeah, I just took like pictures of everything because I just love fashion so much. So enjoy these pictures. Fun fact, the red coat on the right here, I have one like that. Need to find it out of my wardrobe, but I have it. I call it my pirate coat. Pause. This here, if anybody's seen Peter Pan Goes Wrong, you know, right? You know. And then we went into like the weird seaside part, which every museum seems to have, even if it's not next to the seaside. Can we talk about that? Bit weird, right? Bit weird. And then we went through to this bit which showed like kitchens through the years, which was really cool. This one here, my dad said that can't remember if it was his grandpa or so. There was something, and this was basically how his kitchen was when he died, and that was only what, like 20 years ago. But I think this was the 50s 60s style kitchen, so he'd had it like that for like a long time. This one reminds me so much of my nana's house growing up. It's insane, like the little stool table thing. Oh my god. And then the tile and the really old like 70s style cupboards and cabinets and stuff. Oh, it's like base game in The Sims. Shouldn't talk about The Sims, so you've stopped doing Sims videos. Stop it. The old stoves, they're just so gothic looking. Love an old stove. I mean, look at that. Brilliant. Love it. I've always wondered if the brickwork being painted black was like a special fireproof paint, because believe it or not all bricks are fireproof. I'm just saying. Or if they were just like, I'm a gothic bitch, let me paint everything black. I see a red stove and I want to paint it black. Love it. Love that stove. I'd have that stove. Wouldn't know how to use it, but I'd have it. Just for the aesthetic. And then all the old like bottles for stuff, and like the old utensils. I just love seeing old things. I know that sounds really weird, but like just how they've upgraded even in the past like 50 years, 100 years. Like at the moment, yes, we are with a standstill with new technology, new things, blah blah blah, compared to our history. Like how quick we went from like the Industrial Revolution all the way through to like this generation is insane. But then obviously we have sort of tapered off because all the new technology they care about now is AI, and I'm not getting into that one, honey. No way. But yeah, just seeing also it kind of gives me nostalgia, even though I wasn't there for it. Does that make sense? It's like cool to see how far we've come as humanity. Give me a little bit of hope, you know, because most of the time, let's be honest, I hate humanity. Fucking hate us. We are a plague. We are the scum of the earth. But seeing shit like this just reminds me, like, you know what? We did that. You got like your old like laundry room and stuff. Fairy has apparently not changed in a very long time. Yeah, this was the homemaker things, and I was like, hey mum, that'd be you back in there. She's like, no, I ain't doing all that. That's not what I was saying, but okay. Pretty sure I've seen Biddy in both of these outfits at one point or another. And a real life penny farthing. Look at that shit. Well, that's not a penny farthing. That was the two-seater bicycle. Scary shit, bro. Scary shit. Why you want two people doing that? Yeah, you had all like the old bikes and stuff, which was really cool. And then the penny farthing. How anybody ever rode that thing, I will never understand. But I know somebody that can ride a unicycle, so you know. And then the obligatory mirror selfie, except I took this one because look how cool that freaking mirror is, dude. Look how cool that mirror is. I want that as a mirror. I love shit like this. I don't know why. It's just... See, I'm not really an old aesthetic girly. I'm not an old aesthetic guy. But just seeing stuff like this, I'm like, yeah, I want some vintage stuff. I like some vintage stuff, okay? Mostly the, like, gothic, weird-looking stuff, but, you know, other things too. Like, my shelves. I have them there, I have them here. They all have, like pipework kind of... what's it, steampunky kind of look to them. Love it. Because you need some old-school style stuff. You can't just be a beige mum all the time, Clarice. I don't know who Clarice is, but she's a beige mum, apparently. And then this was, like... the weird going into the underground bit. So this was like the start of going onto that street thing, so I'll just show you like how that went. What is it? Undertaker's says up there. But it says up there, look.
Undertakers.
Yeah.
Join an undertaker.
And it was really cool, like they had all these little rooms that kind of showed you like how the different shops would be and what would be in them. I'm making editing so much harder for myself. Oh, look at that tiny chair. Then they had like all the old items and stuff, which was really cool. Like, my thing was finding the old camera. That was like my favourite. This is an old camera.
Probably a different one.
That's an old camera.
Projector. Projector? It's a camera.
It's a camera. So they'd put a cloth over their edge so they could see properly, and then they'd take a picture. I can't remember how they fully did. By order of the Cocoa Room pianists. And obviously my mum found the piano, and that was really cool to see. Even the pianos, let's be honest, haven't changed much since back in the clocks, and just, I don't know, I'm like a bird. I'm like a bird. I want to fly away. No, every time I see a mirror, just got away with it, camera. Just got away with it, camera. I don't know why. It's like an impulse. Yeah, it's an old camera, Mum. Look. I think my camera's bad enough. Hello.
What's going?
Just knock on the door and see.
Castle plague, infected place.
Is that why it smells so bad? Well, that's the street. Do we not want to go back round and up and round?
Well, okay, that's where we come from. We just come out the forest and then...
I know, I mean back round. Don't want to miss no. Yeah. See, otherwise we would have missed stuff. So yeah, then we move on to like the actual street bit, which was really cool. Again, I'll just let past Exza take it away. And yeah, let's see how it went. Stop knocking the door knock. Somebody's ringing the bell. Tell me you're British without telling me you're British. Look at these glasses. You know what? I've looked for sunglasses like this, you know.
The little round one.
The little ones you clip onto your nose. Because they were a thing in the 90s. You can't find them no more.
No, I thought you like them. Since the thing went wrong, I thought like them.
Dunno. It's disappeared, gone off yonder. So yeah, it was really cool to see like the old carriages and all the old shops like laid out as they would have been back in there. It was really cool, and I just the aesthetic of it, you know what I mean? Like, just gorgeous, loved it. Do you reckon we're allowed on the coach? Probably not, eh? And I will say around this time is when, because I would normally take my camera, my actual recording camera, on trips like this, but I thought this time, you know what, we're only there for a few days, I will just take my phone and record from my phone. This was around the point when my phone started getting full of memory. Full of videos that took up my memory. So there is little bits like missing here and there, but that was fine because I'm like, honestly, even though I've shown quite a bit of this place, guys, go see it for yourself because it was so much fun. It probably doesn't have to take over 2 hours, 2.5, 3, whatever it ended up taking. Probably doesn't have to take that long. We just like to potter, you know? I like to wander around a bit and get lost in some cases. Oh, I found a fox. Oh. I did get very sad seeing the fox thing. But I find taxidermy cool, and like I said in that clip, at Wallerton Hall, which is close to us, near Nottingham, they do have a taxidermy exhibit, so it's not something I've never seen before. You know, I've been seeing it since I was a kid, so I'm kind of desensitized to it, but, you know, seeing a fox one is like, no. As a fox myself. Poor fox. That's a big ass fish.
Like,
Look at it.
how about its teeth?
Yeah.
That's what Ben was catching.
I know. God. No thanks.
And they all do.
These look like some of the ones they got at Wallerton Hall, you know. This object is very fragile. Yeah, okay. Oh. But yeah, all the old stuff, and then they had like a dress, like a Victorian bit, and I did put one of the hats on my head, and then was afraid I would get lice because kids probably do that, you know. So I took it off and put it back in the box and ran away. There was like all these old cool books and stuff, and like it's like a garage kind of place, which is what this is. A carriage house, I guess would be the term for it, which seemed a bit too modern for, but you know. And that's where like one of the other carriages were. I think there were 3 in total. There might have been 2, but yeah, I don't know what it is like. Do you guys get it? Have you guys ever been here or like been to a place like this where it's like a underground recreation of something? Does it not like feel so cool? Like, it's just cool to me. I'm like, this is a human thing that we have made to replicate how we used to live so we could see, like, you know, I don't know how to explain it. It's like even the lighting, they're like, oh, let's make the lighting more yellow, let's make it more old school, and you know, like, I don't know, like, I don't know, do you guys get that, or is that just me being weird? God, it stinks. Huh? Did you go back that way? No, this street in particular was like one of my favourite parts. I know that sounds weird, but like they were playing like sounds over it, and like the smell wasn't as bad as the fucking Viking ride, but it did smell a little bit. And yeah, like I said, the lighting, and then there'd be like shadows going past all these windows and stuff, which are obviously like meant to be there and everything. I don't know, it was just so cool. Oh, this is the back street we said.
Yeah, I found the toilet.
Yeah.
There's poo in it.
There's no fossilised poo then.
I found the toilet.
We've got to go back to Sweet Shop after we've looked down this little one. Hello. Alright.
God, there's so much to see, isn't there?
Ooh, they got a bedpan. Looks gross. Got a little bird in that case.
I'm used to it. Well, so lucky, aren't we?
Yeah, sure.
Come on.
I know, but I mean, well, you can go in this one. That's your bathhouse.
Yeah.
Hello, that were me. I don't know. Ooh, be careful. Unfortunately, around this part in particular is when my camera turned around and said, full battery? That'd be great. No, when my phone turned around and said that your memory is full, you have to delete things, I was like, shite. Let me delete all my old, because WhatsApp automatically downloads any fucking photo or video anybody sends you for some fucking reason. Sometimes it comes in handy, other times, no. But yeah, so it did that, and obviously I was like, shit, let me, you know, delete all my older WhatsApp shit. And then it worked. So then we went into this, I think the next one's an apothecary. But obviously me and my mum and dad are talking. I'm like, it's an apothecary. And then they're like, it's a pharmacist. It's this, it's the, yeah. So, enjoy that. Yeah. This is your apothecary, right? Doctors.
Yes, yeah.
Like,
Chemist,
Holland and Barrett.
the pharmacist.
Yeah. Yeah, after that, because my memory was obviously mostly full, I was like, let me swap to taking pictures for a bit, so I will walk you through the pictures now. We have like the old sweet shops, and like there was one of the actor dudes that was talking us through certain things. So cool, it's just so cool seeing all it. I mean, look at that, like the wall with the windows on it, and that's the window that we were stood at earlier, if you remember that one where I did the peace sign. Another carriage and everything. I didn't even notice the fucking gargoyle up on the wall there. Like, honestly, it's just so cool seeing all this old stuff. I am such a nerd for this sort of thing, honestly. And like more little side street things which were awesome, and like the police station sign is somehow blue. How did they do that? How did they make the glass blue back in that day? How? Oh my god, this next part is like kind of embarrassing, but I was like, I've always wanted to do this. Hey mum, take a video of me doing this, so enjoy stupid past Exza. The belt was in the special. I dismiss you. Wasn't that fun? And yeah, we like carried on, and then we went through to the cafe because we're all really thirsty at this point. So I was like, near drunk. So my parents both had a coffee, I think. They did not have, there was a lot of stuff out of stock, let me just say that. So I asked for an orange juice, I think. They gave me pulp. Honey, I don't do pulp. It's texture. The texture, why would you, right, anybody who likes pulp, can you explain to me why you would go out of your way to have gross little bitty bits of in your orange juice? Please explain to me. Because even if I have a normal orange, right, I peel all the pulpy bit, like all the little white pith. It's like me saying piss with my lisp. All the pith off. Pith off. Fucking hell. No, let's stop it. Chill out, bro. Stop ADHDing all over the place. Fucking hell, calm down. Yeah, I literally peel like all the pith off of the orange, and I can't have any of the little rindy, gross, piffy bits. So how can you drink that shit? No. Anyway, after this we went through to this weird bit that had a Punch and Judy thing in it. Anyone remember that? That's the way to do it. And then my mum put on a weird hat and sat in a weird fake car. I don't know why. I don't know why. Yeah, and then there was like a real old car, and oh my god, I love it. I love it. Vintage aesthetic, bro. So cool. And yeah, this was the start of the bit through the war bit, which was kind of cool. So I'll still be here. I will pop in and out. Let's get into the war part of the museum. You got a big enough car. I think this train carriage was one of my favourite parts, to be fair. It was so cool. And then I found this little foxhole thing. And you could go in it, but I was very worried about getting stuck. Yeah, I mean, you came out at this bit, but I was like, I'm gonna get stuck if I go in there, so I'm not going to. I could have done. There's all like these old guns and like this old typewriter. I want it, but I already own 2 typewriters, so I probably shouldn't get a 3rd. But this one's vintage. I mean, all typewriters are technically vintage now, right? Yeah. This body gas. I am so sorry. I probably just like really badly whistled into you. Then, if you can't hear my lisp from this close up, then how? This old this old gas mask is what my nana had to use when she was in, you know, the one for babies where they put you in like a full-blown body bag basically with a gas mask on the front. Yeah. Love you, nana. She's not actually in a body bag. I feel like I need to clarify that. She's alive. She's still here. Oh. And yeah, it was just all the old like war stuff, everything that we get sent out with, like the police uniforms and the guns and all the badges. Don't get me wrong, I wanted some of those patches because I love a good patched jacket, but probably look a bit weird. And this old nurse's uniform, like, I don't know what it was, but like going near it gave me weird vibes. I don't know why. It wasn't like bad vibes. It was just like weird, like, oh shit, somebody wore this while they were trying to save people's lives. You know what I mean? Is that weird? Or is that just, you know, I don't know. I get these weird existential moments. Yeah, this teddy bear, guys, let me tell you. When I say about things like Robert the Doll and stuff like that, and you say, look, even if you don't believe in this stuff, that doll's haunted, let's be honest. Like, if people fucking die after they disrespect that doll, like, Robert, please don't kill me, by the way. I mean, if it's my time, it's my time, but you know, what the fuck was that? Shitting hell. I'm offending the ghost in my own house now. But no, this bear's fucking haunted. Look at him. He looks adorable, don't get me wrong, but this bear is from the war, bro. This bear saw some shit, man. This bear's haunted. I felt like taking a picture of him. I was going to get haunted myself, but I'm already haunted, so it's fine. There's all like the really big old guns and stuff. Oh, it's so cool. I love... Right, see, I'm weird. Like, I love looking at like wartime stuff and like, because it's our history and everything, you know. But I don't like... My least favourite genre of film is action film or war film, because it's like, that shit actually happened, you know, like... Yeah, same with games. I don't really do like shooting games or anything other than like Borderlands, but that's like, it's nothing like, you know, I couldn't play like a World War II game or whatever. That's probably why I don't like World of Tanks or World of Warships or anything like that, because it's just not, it's not my aesthetic, bro. It's not my sort of thing. And I don't judge anybody that does. Most of my friends play that shit all the time. I just, for me, I don't know what it is. It's just like not my genre. It just feels weird. I don't know. Like, I'll watch some films and TV shows. Like Band of Brothers was quite good, but yeah, it's not really my thing. Not really my thing. But like, even this room here, with like the motorbike in it and everything, that room also said about like, oh, before the end of the war, this many people had been recruited and this many of them had died. And it's like, shit, bro, this stuff actually happened, and to this day it's still happening in some parts of the world. Let's be honest. Not something that I'm going to delve into because it's not really for me to talk about, you know? It's not really my place to say anything on anything, but it's fucked, you know what I mean? This is what I mean, like, humanity is fucked. We are stupid, and we should just get along. And I know that's easier said than done. I know there are, like, reasons for it, but I don't know, that might sound like a very privileged opinion, but at the same time, it's let's be honest, most of it is millionaires being dickheads, getting themselves into trouble and fighting over this, that and the other, when we could all just get along. But you know, I'm not going to talk on all that stuff, but like, looking back at like war stuff, there wasn't a need for it. There wasn't a need for it. Some fucking dictator decided to fucking... yeah. Anyway, the next part was like this weird prison-y bit. So you go into like this outside courtyard thing, and it's got like the old prison yard and all that stuff. And then there was like this weird sandbaggy game where I was like, hey ma'am, let's go chuck this sack. It was a sack of sand, I think, is they've got in there. You remember them from school, surely. Am I really old? Do they not use those anymore? I don't know. But yeah, the little sacks, and then you got thrown through the hole. We played a bit of that. I won, of course. I managed to get a 60 pointer. Oh, my mum barely got a 10. And then we went into this next bit, which was all like 70s, 80s, like, I think it was 70s, it was like all the Beatles and like all the old TV shows and like all that jazz, and I fucking loved it. Especially because this was the first thing I saw. You press a button and it brings up different TV shows, but as soon as I saw this, I was like, I've clicked the right fucking one, mate. Because I knew exactly what it was straight away. I had just been rewatching the first couple seasons of Doctor Who when I clicked on this button and it started. So yeah, enjoy the old Doctor Who. I think that was the best rendition anybody's ever done of the Doctor Who theme tune, might I just add. I like the old motorbikes and shit, like, honestly, I'm such a whore for vintage, even though I don't really do vintage. It's weird, it's just weird, I don't know how to describe it. But like the old fashion and the old fucking everything were just so cool. And then this was the castle prison, which was an actual prison. Obviously we'd seen the courtyard, but then like after the 70s exhibit thingy-mabobby, then you come into the prison. And yeah, it was really cool in here. I love prison tours, even though it is, I guess the mentality is kind of similar to the war thing. Like, did we really need to be as horrible to these people as we were? That sort of thing. No, is the answer to that. But I'll let my friend here introduce you to the prison.
My name is Thomas Ward, but God help you.
Hello.
You call me sir or master turn.
Oh, madam, got you.
If you want food, you see me. If you want drink, you see me. Clean room, clean bedding, you see me.
And then we did a little, I don't know what it was. It was like this light that was like shining down. It's supposed to be like a manhole cover or something, I suppose. I said to my mum, I was like, that'd be a really cool, like, weird lighting picture to do. So can you take a picture of me? And yeah, I like experimenting with photography, especially when it comes to like selfies and stuff. I'm like, another selfie. Yeah, no, let me try something new. Let me try some, like, you know, weird experimenty thing with it. But I thought that were a fucking shadow person, then it's just a person walking past the doorway. Yeah, well, the old, like, what are they called? Shackles? There would be shackles back then, wouldn't they? I was going to say handcuffs, but no, like shackles and stuff. You have all the old graves and like where people used to write on the walls and everything. And the old guns that the officers used to take around and stuff. Like, it was really cool. I didn't get as much of the prison as I probably could have done. I thought I had more than that, to be fair, but obviously my phone was being weird because of the memory thing, so it might not have filmed or pictured everything, so I do apologise for that, but and then obviously we went outside to try to get into the castle, which is also known as Clifford's Tower. We did try to get that sorted, but it had already closed at that point. But here is like a bit of history on it and everything, which made me really sad when I read it. And then here is a couple of thumbnail options. I don't know why my mum wanted one that way, but I said to her, you got to take it sideways, duck. Got to take it sideways, otherwise it ain't gonna be a good thumbnail. She's learning. I tell her every time. I don't know why, but this building really intrigued me, so I took a picture of it. Look at it. Look at that shit. Look how cool that is. God, it's like hodgepodge. It's like the Winchester Mansion. It's just, I don't know why I just love things that are just like smushed together to make like a building or a building. Oh, fuck it. You know what I mean. Like, honestly, I was obsessed with this, but I took like so many pictures of this building. I think I also wanted to draw it, so if I end up drawing it or painting it, I will upload for you guys to see, I guess. But yeah, this building I took a picture of because look how slanted the windows are. You can literally see where the building is like subsided a bit. How cool is that? Like, it's terrifying, but it's so cool. And then my parents were like, well, what do you want to do? And I was like, well, on the first day when we were walking to the Jorvik Museum, one of the first things I spotted was a Van Gogh exhibit. And for those of you who don't know me, Van Gogh, or as Beatty says, Van Gogh. Van Gogh is my favourite artist. I love him so much. His whole story and everything is just... I will get into it. Here is the Van Gogh exhibit. So yes, while I show off the obligatory mirror selfies, because I needed a break after we came out of that 4D experience thing is what they called it, I was a little bit upset, not gonna lie. How do I explain this without sounding so weird? So, I'm an artist, right? I did art history all throughout my life. I have always done creative courses, creative everything. I did triple art at GCSE, then went on to do games design at college, and then graphic design at uni. So I've always followed the art route, right? I mean, I might be a writer, I might get more money for my writing. However, I am an artist through and through. Anything creative, I always say, but art has always been that bitch, you know. And Van Gogh, especially his story and the fact that he hardly made a penny in his lifetime, and yet now his paintings sell for millions and millions. It's just so upsetting, dude. Like, he never knew. I'm making myself upset right now. See, can you? I've literally got tears in my eyes. I'm literally like, bitch, you have told this to so many people. Why'd you still get upset over it? He never knew how appreciated he would be. Never. He died thinking that, you know, I don't know. I can't even get into it because I'm going to cry on camera and that's just going to be really sad. But it's also like, so the song Vincent by Don McLean, if I listen to that, it's because I want to cry. I love that song. Very good. Very good. Also think the line "ragged men in ragged clothes" might have inspired the first series of Matt Smith in Doctor Who. Maybe the episode where he goes to meet Vincent, you know, ragged men in ragged clothes, and he was called the Raggedy Man. And yeah, no, I don't know, but maybe. But also one of my favourite episodes of Doctor Who. Just the ending bit with Bill Nye talking about the impact that Vincent van Gogh has had on so many people and on the world in general, and like he actually gets to hear that. Oh, I'm gonna make myself cry again. Everything, I love it. And honestly, a bit weird, but I didn't really used to like Van Gogh, but that was because at school they made us do a project and they gave everyone a different painting of his, and I just got like the sunflowers, and I'm not a big fan of sunflowers, right? So I was like, I don't really like this painting. So for a while I thought, oh, I probably don't like the artist and the rest of his stuff. Very childish way of viewing art, I know, but... And then I saw Starry Night, and I saw so many of his that were just gorgeous. And he became my favourite artist, especially after I heard about his backstory and everything and learned more about him. My voice is getting very choked up right now. No, honestly, Van Gogh, favourite artist. Sorry to ramble so much about it. I don't know how much of that I'm going to leave in and how much I don't, but I knew when I saw they had an exhibit I would have to come and see it. And I mean, just look at the thing was, right, so after we came back out of the loo and we went up to the next bit, they had this wall of people had come to this exhibit. You get a piece of paper and you get to draw whatever you fucking want. And so my dad didn't come in with us because he was waiting for us. He wasn't too fussed. I tried to convince him, he wasn't fussed, so he went to a Cafe Nero and me and my mum went in. And I was like, shit, if I had time I would literally sit here right now and draw for hours upon hours and just take in people's versions of his art. And I mean, just look at it all, bro. They're these are people, right? Bear in mind, this is a tiny portion of how much people would have actually gone here. A tiny portion of people that now know his story and shit. And yet there is at least that many people just being like, hey, I need to see the Van Gogh exhibit. You know, I don't know how to explain it, but yeah. I really wanted to sit down and do my own painting, but I couldn't. And then they showed some of his most famous ones. Honestly, I don't really know what to say at this point. I've already kind of had my ramble and my rant. But in this particular picture is where they say the price that each of his paintings sold for. And yeah, this is the part where I did almost cry in the museum, which I know is sad. I know it's sad, whatever. I feel a lot of things, okay? But no, this was the part where I almost cried, because just seeing how much everything sold for, and he never knew. you know? And it just makes you think about, like, legacies and what you're leaving behind and shit. And I always think, like, well, I don't want kids. Most people in my family don't want kids. I am not going to get a partner that does want kids when I don't want kids, so never going to end up having kids. That might change in the future, you never know, never know. I'm not having people argue with me in the comments, because it's happened before when I say I don't want kids, whatever. But it's like, honestly, the only things that I will have that people can still look at and be like, oh my god, this person lived and was alive at some point and did their own shit, was like my YouTube, or my old VODs from Twitch, or, you know, like my art online and my writing and commissions, whatever I've done for people, and tattoo designs, I guess. But then obviously that person's going to die at some point as well anyway, let's be honest. Bit morbid, but yeah. But it's literally like, let me put my thoughts in order. It's literally like you never know what you're leaving behind. You know what I mean? Like, for me, I'm not fussed about dying. I'm not fussed about that. However, what am I leaving behind? You know? Wow, this video got really fucking deep, bro. Do you remember when I were doing the robot? Yeah, that was the Van Gogh exhibit. I think I rambled more about that than I have anything else in this series, and it wasn't exactly very long, but you know. Now you all know my favourite artist, as an artist myself. Congrats. I also got that blue hat, which, yes, is a Van Gogh hat. It's the cherry blossoms. And when I saw it, I was like, you know what, I don't really do blue, but I need to get that hat. Like, I loved it as soon as I saw it. I'm like, do I really want another hat? I'm like, yeah, you know what, fuck it. And I also got these, where are they? Yes, they're on my desk still, because they're going to go up when I get my own place. I don't even know if you heard any of that, but I also got these little quote card things. One says, I often think that the night is more alive and more richly coloured than the day. True. And for my part, I know nothing with any certainty, but the sight of the stars makes me dream. And I'm like, I love those. I'm going to put them up when I get my own place. It's like a little decoration. I probably sound really pathetic right now, but you know, I don't care. Fuck you. So yeah, we left there. I kind of tried to chill out a bit. I don't think my mum knows I was close to crying, but I kind of like wandered off at that point to just sort of chill. And then we went to Mr. T Bubble Teas, because we were walking past and I was like, oh, really want a bubble tea? And they had like this really cool like thing on the floor and stuff, so there's us waiting in line, and the really cool aesthetic place. And yeah, this is me with my bubble tea. This is mocha milk tea with lychee bubbles. Oh yeah. So yeah, I got the matcha with, did I say lychee bubbles? Oh, fucking very nice. I think it was lychee bubbles, but obviously I had to drink that quite quick because then my parents really wanted food, and I was like, oh shit, if I'd have known that, I would have got it later on, you know. But so there was this Indian place that my parents went to when they went for my mum's birthday, and they weren't like, they thought it was a bit overrated compared to what everyone said. Everyone said it was like raving about it, and they were like, yeah, it was okay. But I spotted this other one just through Monksgate. It's called Bombay Spice, and it smelled really good when we were walking past. I mean, all Indian food smells good, let's be honest, but I was like, shit, that one looks really good. Should we go in? Because we were looking for ages for somewhere to eat. So this was Bombay Spice. I had a spice rum and coke, classic for Exza, and some pictures of me and my parents just chilling in the blue lighting. And yeah, this was the meal. So I had did I have a makhani tikka? No, I didn't. I had, Oh, it might have been a macaroni. Mine was paneer, because I like chicken curry, but ever since I tried paneer, I'm like, I'm having paneer, fuck you. So I had paneer tikka. I think it was a tikka. I might be wrong, it might be a butter chicken, but I think it was a tikka. I had mushroom special rice, which is like the rainbow rice kind of stuff that's like really sweet, and a peshwari naan, which is the one with coconut and raisins in it. Very nice, loved it. I love a good curry though. And then my parents had this, because they were unsure what to get, and I just went, guys, look, there is this platter thing at the top that comes with like 4 different dishes and your naan and a couple rices or whatever. Why don't you get that? So they did. They said they really enjoyed it. One of the dishes was actually paneer, and they said they didn't mind it, and I was like, but it's not meat. What's wrong with you? You both love meat. You both moan when it's not meat. But no, they both really enjoyed it. So I was proud of my selection for that one. And then, so my mum had sent me this the night before, because we were looking, when we were like chilling out the night before, watching TV or whatever. We're trying to think of what we could do the next day, which is how we like found the museums and stuff. And I said, well, we need to go on a ghost hunt while we're here. Well, a ghost walk. If it was a ghost hunt, honey, I never would have gone home. But the ghost walk. So we were looking through like all the different ghost walks and stuff, and we found this one, which is the original ghost walk, which is like the first one they ever did in York. Still going to this day. So we found this one, and yeah, this is how it went. So yeah, we waited at the side of one of the old pubs right on the riverfront, which was really cool being around that area. We didn't really go down near the riverfront very much. I think if I go again, I'm going to try, because look how gorgeous this is. I mean, so yeah, we waited around here for the guy to turn up, and I'm just going to let him take it away, because he was a really good speaker. And I mean, I guess you kind of have to be. Let's be honest, if you're leading a ghost walk or anything like that, you kind of have to be good at speaking. So yeah, this was the ghost walk. This is how it went. I'll interject every so often with pictures and stuff, but I took a few clips. I didn't like record the whole thing or anything, but I took like a few clips and then tried to get involved the rest of the time, you know. So yeah, enjoy.
Evil city of York. Now York has seen over 2,000 hanging, drawings, warping, serial killings, mob rule, the Black Plague, and that was the first 2 cases of COVID-19 in this country. You're like me, and they're living out. Most nice. Now, the goal of Coppergate. Number 1, the bodies behind, so more people underneath this at this very moment. Thousands.
So yeah, I took some pictures as we were going round. I don't think they're all in the order they should be, not gonna lie. But yeah, like, some of these were just creepy as ever, and I mean, if you guys see anything in any of the pictures, please let me know. Feel free to pause if you want to look through them, if there's any like shadows in the windows or anything. I know there is one bit in particular. There's also a couple where the focus was going really weird. There is one bit in particular where it does look like there is a shadow person in the window, but I think it was a plant or something. But the fact that we were focusing on a different window is the guy was telling us about, and all I could see is this in this window, and it just looks like a woman just like bent over, like looking at us. And I'm pretty sure in this picture as well, which I didn't notice until I was like putting all this together to edit the other day, that that top window did not have a light on when I took the picture, and yet there is a blue light in the top window. That's fun. And yeah, the moon looked really weird that night. Very strange, but it was gorgeous. And I think it was, so we worked out that it wasn't a full moon. I think it was like the day before a full moon or something. I think we worked out that it wasn't a full moon, but I might be wrong. It might have actually been a full moon. And I was like, we get something on a full moon. Honey, I love it. So yeah, all the old buildings and everything. And then you can see like I was going to say cathedral. You can see the Minster. That's the fucker. In the background and everything. It's not focusing. Ghost. Focus. Yeah, focusing. And then this was like one of the old pubs that is apparently really, really haunted. And I was like, yeah, I feel weird. And then like the group of us just like stood waiting the thing. My mum recorded this bit because I was like trying to pay attention and film, and yeah, so my mum offered. Plus I was in a really weird spot where I couldn't really see, so my mum was like, I'll take it. So enjoy this really long but really cool story. I mean, it's not cool, it's really not cool. So this teacher was a prick, but this is the story of that, and it's not cool, but it's like interesting to know, especially if you're into your haunted shit like I am. So enjoy this next bit. I will just let him talk through it and I will be back soon.
The wine became more and more important. The singing, much less. Even I got married here many years ago. About 6 months. Now, this is our longest story. We've got to tell you it because I want to give you the best chance of having some sort of supernatural experience whilst you're in this video. This is one of the best things I've far. So here we are. Now, if you're going to visit a haunted building while you're in York, then you really must visit the Golden Fleece pub. Or maybe even Treasure's House, next to York Minster. Yeah, with its Roman soldiers in the dark, dank, moldy, but very atmospheric cellar. But if you want to come outside to something in York that's genuine haunted after dark, and the headmaster, under Federation, overworked and behind the mountains, the markets, or what's called chimney sweeps. And I'm not talking about Dick Van Dyke in Mary Poppins. Very little bodies, in and out the streets, alleyways, and in the winter comes round. Hash, fighting, drop down in their dozens. The earth floor outside is frozen rock solid with the ice, and so you can't dig, you can't bury them. Somebody's in swimming drunk, it doesn't matter. The headmaster starts out the dead little children inside the actual school. Some of the attic. Serial killer away. Some in the cellar. Worst of all, there's a jail. Within his report, there was a large cupboard. Got into this report, the headmaster put 3 dead children in that cupboard. Nailed it shut. Carried on drinking gin. Spring comes round. Everything in this area starts to warm up. So there's blue bottle, flies, maggots, meal, most of all the sickly sweet smell of rotting human flesh. Now the local people come with every building is searched, top to bottom, finally. They go to the source of the strongest smell. They go to the headmaster's living quarters. There he is. And he's out by the chair, drunk, singing, oblivious, and they find the cupboard. And according to that report, the cupboard door had bowed out like this. Bottom of the cupboard door, thousands of maggots, writhing, crawling, falling onto a very expensive rug. Just recently purchased by the headmaster with his ill-gotten years. Of course, they didn't go there. Three dead little bodies fall onto that rug, along with all the scooching, slide. And all these blue bottles of flies buzzing about. That point's all the same. The headmaster is insane, crazy, don't let it tap. Ran, punched and kicked and strangled any child, any adult in that area. He eventually was taken away from foaming at the mouth. He does the next thing in his cell at Navan, hearing the voices of those dead children crying out. He's insane, twisted man. Wraps it around his neck, Dan. Hello, go, some little children. You're wonderful. Hang out most nights. About later on your own, when you've had a few drinks, you feel suggested. Talk to them. Get to know them a bit better.
So yeah, this is the street after where that guy was just talking, and this is the street where apparently like the shadow person walks down the street towards you, and if you see him you're basically dead or whatever. Interesting, right? That sounded really sarcastic, I didn't mean it like that, but can you all see it? Can you all see it? Or is it just me? It's probably just me. But near the bush. Yeah, can you see that? Maybe. Alright. Yeah, and then this was one of like the old buildings we were walking past and stuff. And then we get up to the Minster again. And we walk past there, and like on the right is like this old building. He did discuss it, I can't remember if I filmed it. So enjoy some pictures of the Minster. Here we are. All the nice pictures of the Minster. And then this was like outside of the building that he was showing us, but we couldn't really see the building, but the stories were very interesting, but I didn't really record that bit. If you want to know more, go on the ghost hunt yourself. I'm not gonna be like that, but like I said, I didn't record everything because I wanted to be immersed as well in the experience. But yeah, when he asked for a volunteer at this bit, I was like, should I? I'm glad I didn't, but
For this last story, you have a willing volunteer.
But yeah, then this house was like, there was this girl during the plague or something. It was like during the plague, and then the parents like locked her up in one of the rooms, then locked themselves in another room or something. And then when the people came out, so that like obviously they board up the doors and stuff so that the plague can't spread. So when they came around to like let them out, the parents had both died of the plague, but then when they opened the room to the little girl, she had died of starvation because she didn't actually have the plague. They just locked her away as if she did, which obviously they weren't to know, but like, yeah, quite a sad story. So you're supposed to be able to see her in the little window on this house. Yeah, I don't think I caught anything, but I might have done. Some of those shadows are a bit creepy. And then we finish off with the obligatory mirror selfies. Boom. So thank you guys for joining me for this episode, this part of the York series. There is only one more left after this one. I hope you enjoyed, and the full series of the York videos will be posted soon. But yeah, thank you for watching, guys. Like, share, comment and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye guys. Hi guys, and welcome back to part 3 of the York series. I think I'm getting better at this side of it, Still the same day. I have once again changed my shirt. This time I have put a necklace on, and I have even changed my makeup, and it's still the same day. Editing magic, bro. I'm only saying this because I know most of you will clock onto the fact that I still have the new piercings, so can't really hide from that. We start this day off with a coffee. Issue was I couldn't remember where this coffee was bought from. It was one of those really fancy coffee places. Can't remember the name of it, but laugh of me. But yeah, this is the coffee I got. I think I got a chai latte. Asked them if they had any syrups, because yes, I have syrup in chai latte. Yes, it is sweet already without the syrup. Yes, I add more because I like a syrup. Don't judge me. I normally get hazelnut in my chai latte, which is, if you ain't tried it, try it. No, I got a chai latte. Asked them if they had syrup. They said no, but they've got honey, and I was like, sure. Couldn't taste the honey, but gave it a go. So while we were there, the both of them were like, what do you want to do today? Like, we don't know what we're doing. And I was like, okay, let me look up what's around here, because it took us forever to find a coffee shop that we wanted to go in to begin with anyway, for some reason. Don't know why. And I was like, you know what, let me Google it. Looking around, and what do I find? Bitch, I find an anime centre. Well, they called it an anime gallery. It wasn't really a gallery, it was more of a shop with a cafe above it, but they called it an anime gallery, so we'll call it an anime gallery. So yeah, it kind of dragged my mum there, and this is how that went. We're going to the anime gallery. It's got totem. That's gotta be good. Let's go. I mean, there was so much. I have had to like get rid of a lot of the sound in this bit just in case, because I don't know how the copyright normally is with anime songs and stuff and intros and OSTs and stuff, but I didn't want the sound to be too much anyway. This is where we get into my favourite part, which was the cafe, and that's mostly because they had all the Studio Ghibli statues and everything like that. I am a fucker for Studio Ghibli. I literally have a shelf right here dedicated to the ones that I own at the moment. I still need to get the others. But yeah, it's literally like right next to me right there. And I also got... Did I get myself a little Totoro? I'm pretty sure I did. I can't remember where I put him. That sounds bad. I can remember where I put him, but I don't think I can get to him at the moment. He's like... yeah, he's alright. Oh yeah, I also forgot on the last video to say that this is what I got from the Society of Alchemists. It's the dragon, the black dragon with the blue eyes. I have mentioned him in a previous video. If you watch my first Subnautica video, mentioned him on there. So if you want to see him properly, please go check out that video. And when we went to the Brambles, I did get myself a little lucky black cat because it was too cute to pass up. Obviously, I pointed out in the last video I also got the Van Gogh hat. That's my little lucky black cat. I love him. He sits on my desk and brings me luck. Oh, and I also got at the museum, I completely forgot about these. At the museum, I did a stamp coin of the York Castle prison. I don't know if you can see that, probably not because my big mug's in the way. And yeah, at the Van Gogh exhibit, I knew I got something else there, and I was saying I swear I got something else. I got his painting, which is the skeleton one, and the other side says Van Gogh Immersive Exhibit, so I got myself a Van Gogh coin, because I'm a fucker for a good coin. I love a good coin. Oh my god, I can't get this back in the box now. What's in the box? Yeah, let me put my little black cat away. And I also got a shirt that says up all night to get low-key. I'd be up all night to get low-key. But yeah, from this one I'm pretty sure I did get a little Totoro. I was tempted to get the cat bus, but it was very expensive. I think if I get a cat bus it's probably going to be in Japan itself, if I ever manage to go, which I'm hoping to. So it is on my bucket list. But yeah, this upstairs bit, I'm going to stop rambling and I'm just going to like show you, because oh my god, it was so good. You had like May and Kiki and like everybody painted on the walls and stuff, and then you had all these little statues, and oh, I love it. I loved it so much. As the fucking I can't remember his name for the life of me. And look at all the Totoros and the fucking, the aesthetic of all the chairs and stuff. And then there's this little bit with the Spirit Away characters where you can sit like on the bench and feel like you're part of the anime. And I just, there's a little cat bus sat with you as well. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. I want to go back. I want to go back. Oh my god, it's the Totoro. Too many. So when I first went, because they'd not long opened, when we went, they were basically like, oh, we don't have a full menu. I looked online, they was like, we don't have a full menu for the cafe yet, but we've got like a few little cakes and mochi and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, cool. I didn't end up getting anything, but I think when they do open fully with like the full food and everything, I'm gonna go and try it with friends, like for a video. So look forward to that if I ever do it. Yeah, this is obviously the thumbnail of the video, but I feel like this is one of my favourite pictures of me from York. Just me grinning next to a Totoro. Love it. And then my mum basically wants to do like a full-blown photo shoot while we were there, so she was like, oh, just smile next to everything, let me get pictures of you with everything, even though she doesn't understand anime, bless her. No, so I didn't get a Totoro. I just remembered, sorry, it's just popped up. I got a Soot Gremlin little baggy thing, and I was like, this is gonna contain my favourite dice. So that's why I can't get to it, because it's in the box over there with my dice in it, and I have new dice on top of it, so I can't really get to it. But this is my Soot Sprite that I use as a D&D bag now. So then after this, we met back up with my dad, and we were like, so what do we do now? You've done your weird anime thing. What do you want to do, you strange gremlin child? And we were all like, a bit hungry. We've not had breakfast, we've not had lunch, we've not had anything today. That Indian the night before basically wiped us all out, though. We were all walking around just like, oh my god, I'm gonna die, I've ate too much, blah blah blah. But yeah, so we went to so I think it's a chain in York called Days Cafe. I'm pretty sure we went to one down in the Van Gogh exhibit on the first day, and then obviously on this last day we found another one in the middle of town, and I don't know if they were the same brand. I feel like they were, but I can't remember. So we went there and we thought, you know what, we'll get breakfast this time instead of just a drink. So I had a... Sorry, I need to check if I got a picture of my drink. I did not. So I had a hot chocolate, I think. I know on the first day I definitely had it was hot chocolate with like cream and marshmallows. Oh, it was such good hot chocolate. I think it was like proper Belgian. Very good hot chocolate. And then this was my meal. I had I think it was sourdough bread with vegan cream cheese and like sauteed mushrooms and like this weird green sauce on it. And honestly, it tasted really good. I wasn't too big a fan of the green sauce, though. The green sauce had a weird taste to it. It tasted too much like the colour green, which everybody's going to judge me for, but synesthesia, honey, go with it. Too much like the colour green. And the only way I can describe that is when you have a packet of crisps, or if you're American, chips, and they've got that little green brownie bit on the end of one of them, and it just tastes... That's the colour green. That's how that tastes. Yeah. Don't judge me. One time I had frozen chicken. This is why I don't let my mum buy the fillets of frozen chicken anymore. You know, the plain ones that you get from like most supermarkets, they're home brand ones. Because every time I used to have it, it would taste like the colour orange. Don't know why. Didn't like it. But there you go. Yeah, that's a little bit of a weird look into my psyche. But and then we were walking down the street, and I enjoyed the food other than that, don't get me wrong. I did enjoy, it was quite nice, and trying like the vegan cream cheeses. Like, I don't mind vegan food, so I was like, you know what, yeah, I'll try that. And there was nothing really else on the menu that I could eat, so I was like, give me this. Because I'm the fussiest motherfucker until it comes to like vegan food, mushrooms, fucking weird sauce, you know. So we're walking down the street, and then there was like this older couple that were like hugging this teddy bear thing. So of course my mum needed me to get some pictures with it as well. And one of the main things that my parents had said when they were like, we're going to take you for your birthday to York, we're going to take you axe throwing. So this is how that went. It did not go well, honey. It did not go well.
Just grab yourself
see anywhere here, we've got a few bits of health and safety to run through, as you can probably imagine. And then so, grab yourself a seat, get comfy. Cool. Get your name, make sure you can hear me. Lovely.
I'm going to try to ride.
Yes, I mean, if you want to switch it up any point, please just say. Start off right foot just on the right line here, please, and the right hand. You're going to bring the axe nice and high, put all the way towards the ceiling. You're going to drop it back just behind your shoulder. One step in with that left foot. Right. Really smooth motion down there. On the left, you're going to go first. No pressure and a little bit pressure. All yours. There's a lot of chip, okay? I'm quite happy. Good. Killer instincts. Okay. Whenever you're ready, go on the right. Now grab that. Cool. Just take your time then. Yeah, good. Go again. Well done. Parallel with progress.
I used to do a factory that. I used to swap it.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So, right, what I would like to do is you've just got the axe a little low down the back here. Bring it a little bit higher, it's going to make it a lot easier to control. You just relax your grip the tiniest bit of it, loosen it. Yeah. Lovely. You're going to do one step in, take it from there. Eyes on the bullseye, wherever you need to pick up. Good. Good. Aim was a lot better on it. Lovely. So, like nice and high, you want to loosen up just a little bit more. You don't want to get kind of too tense with the axe. Lovely, take it from there. Yeah, cool, go again. Well done. We'll give it one more and then we'll see what the last time is. So, what I would like you both to do, because we've got the same one, I'd like you to start a little bit further back. So I'd like you to kind of start around here. Right, so still your right foot forward with me. Up nice and high, you're going to do one step in and it's going to take you somewhere between the two right lines. You don't have to give it any more power than you're already doing. Okay? Whenever you're ready. Nice. All yours? Yeah, cool. Go again. Well done. The lovely thing about that was the opposite problem, so you're just slightly too far back. If we shuffle you in, slightly closer, that's going to stop that. Just sit down and go over. Have a so, on left, it's all yours first, please. I'm going to step back. Yeah, cool. Yeah, what I would say is if you're going to do that, just be really careful you're not like twisting across. Make sure your shoulders are pointing really nicely forward. That should be completely fine. Yeah, cool. The other thing you could try is to come down the second time. Okay. If you maybe find that easier, that's fine as well. Yeah, good. Go again, well done. I'll take that break. You started off lovely, and then you kind of like shuffled all the way down the axe, hands up. You want to be, because all the time is just under most music, you want to be a little bit kind of lower down. You want to be pretty close to the bottom of the axe. We were going to start slightly further back, weren't we? If you could...
Yeah, we'll take each other away too far back.
I'd go around there.
Yeah.
See how that works.
Yeah.
You want to be pretty relaxed with this. You don't want to kind of lock it too much. You've got to... Yeah, sorry. So it's an inflation. Okay. Okay, on the left foot, you're ready. Let me get my composure up. Yes, lovely. That work okay? Good. I'll say it. Lovely, right. So do you want to try something slightly different? See how you get on? You give it one more.
You can do that.
Oh, I was going to give you a pass. If you want. Right hand at the bottom, left hand flat underneath.
Right, and right hand at the bottom.
Left hand flat underneath. Bring it up over your head. I want you to imagine you're like a lumberjack with this, right? One step in. Okay? I'm going to go and get that first. Don't. I'll wait for you. And we'll go again, right? Think of it, imagine you are chopping clean down, not at me.
I still need to do the step.
You still need to do the step, yeah. Lovely. No, don't worry about that. We'll go again. This one's very easy to chuck into the ceiling. Okay? What I'd like you to do, bring it above your head, please. Keep it a little bit behind it. Lovely. Eyes on the bullseye. You're going to do one step in, take it away. Yes, lovely. Oh no, that is a tough throw to follow, I'm sure.
You didn't have the head on you.
Well, let's go again. I'd say maybe slightly too far forward for you.
Yeah.
It's so individual. Stick him in the bucket, well done. Incredible. Good, nice. Yeah, don't pull and you can throw the next few throws in a minute. Oh, good. Going down. Well done. Sorry, I'm throwing off my game now. Cool. What I'd like you both to do with this next one, I'd like you just like pleasantly.
You did.
I would like you both to make this one feel fun.
Not on this one, on the last one.
You know,
Oh, you got this hand.
this is your whenever you're ready. Good. Good. Go and get them. Well done. You've left a perfect little square. Very good.
Got the power, not the
There is a trick there. Eyes on the bullseye. However, you need to think off as final throw.
Oh, I was.
Right, walk right through. Whoever would like to go first, by all means, please take it away. Oh, beautiful!
You need to give a bound for that.
I mean, wow. Incredible. By all means, whenever you're ready.
She hasn't. I don't think I'll scream.
I'm just gonna scream. You can just scream. This is for you. I honestly think you just thought about that one too much. Which is completely understandable.
Is that your girl?
Yeah. Please take a little bit. Try not to. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was thinking it's going to change that. Just start short. Whenever you're ready.
No, that's not.
No,
I've got no strength.
Come on. Try. Going for it a third time?
Yeah.
Yeah, lovely. Start a tiny bit further back. Not by a lot, like literally an inch or two should do that. Okay. Just cool. Please look, keep the eggs nice and high whenever you are ready to. Lovely.
Good shot.
It's going down, well done.
That's a gamble.
Wasn't for me.
Stick those axes in. Okay, very well done. Right. What are we thinking, you two? What are we in for?
One.
Lovely. What are we thinking?
Perhaps an insane reason.
I mean, you might as well. Whenever you are ready, take it away, you two. Yeah, lovely. Good. Go again. Well done. I'd shuffle back a little bit further again. One thing I would say is, yeah, if you go like, sort of just on the red line, see how it goes, and just ever so slight under rotation. What are you thinking? The balls are maybe?
That's great.
What are we thinking? She's been here all week practicing. I don't really want to embarrass you and say before.
I'll go for this.
Whenever I can take it away with you. Oh, lovely. Oh, very good. Going down. That is a point to, that is half point to Edward, but a very exciting half point. Fantastic, yeah. I mean, you might as well wrap the joke more here. Third and final throw, Tina.
I'll go one. I'll go bullseye.
Go bullseye. Go on. Bullseye. Perfect. Whenever you are ready. Oh, lovely. Go, don't go.
I'm not going.
Sorry, don't worry. If you find it a bit much of a mess, you're more than welcome to try two-handed as well, see if it's any. Could I recommend Right. Right. Whatever we're ready, maybe ready. Come slightly lower down. So you want to be holding it? Oh, perfect. Go and get a very little turn. Tina, you are in your element with triple hand. Yeah, that one. Right, let's take it. I'd like you to start taking a step out. We're just going to stand there from standing. Yeah, perfect. Something like around there, then see how that feels, okay? Whenever you're ready, you two, take it away. Lovely. Go again, well done. That is 2 each. Nicely done. Cool. Third and final. Might as well. Oh, good. Go again. We'll call it one. It fell out just as I was about to write it. Okay, well, just check out the right and right. 2 minutes.
So when we left axe throwing, my dad turned around to me and went, I know what your problem was there. Obviously I came in last, if you didn't get that. And it was the fact that I started off fine, and then as soon as my anxiety kicked in, I couldn't throw it anymore. I could hardly talk anymore. I was just like, yeah, no, I'm having fun, but and none of us knew why my anxiety had kicked in. I think it's more the fact that it wasn't just me, my mum and my dad. It was more, we're in a group of people, 4 or 5 of which I don't know. Yeah, it was like 5 of them. I don't know them, obviously. So it's like, the more I was there, the more awkward I was getting. And I just got like really anxious and kind of ruined it for myself, to be fair. But that's life when you have anxiety, and especially social phobia like I've had since I can remember. It's difficult sometimes. You can't help it and you can't like stop it. You just sort of have to ride it out and hope for the best. But it does sort of like, you then look back and think, oh, I've ruined this, when you haven't really. It's fun. It's fun. But yeah, here are some pictures of me with my axes, because my mother asked me to pose with the axes. So I got a couple of pictures in. But yeah, there's not much that can be done when your anxiety kicks up about that sort of stuff. You just gotta quit while you're ahead. And then we found there was this gothic shop that we kept walking past like every day. I was like, okay, before we leave, I need to go in there. Just let me go in there. Might not buy a, whatever. But I need to go in there. So here's a few pictures from that. They had these really cool candles, and they had, oh my god, they had so many Sherlock Holmes based like books, like different types of books, like obviously the series of Sherlock Holmes and everything, but in so many different styles. And they had like a handbag that was Sherlock Holmes, which I would have got, but I don't use handbags, and I was like, I don't want it to go to waste. And like purses, again, don't use purses. They had so many like Sherlock Holmes things, and I was like, if I found my people, if I lived in York, I could move to York and I could work in this goth shop. Just saying. I could work at the axe throwing place if I were good at it. I probably would be good at it if I didn't freak out, but you know. But no, this shop was great. There was this weird like train carriage thingy-mabobby that my mum made me take a picture in, and we were talking to one of the shop workers, and she was really cool. We were talking about like our shared love of Sherlock Holmes and of everything gothic and everything, and how much I would love to move to York and everything. So my mum made me take a picture with her because she loved her aesthetic, and I'm like, Mum, you can't just ask random people if you can take pictures of them, but you know. So that's a picture of me and her. And yeah, after that we went and got in the car and headed home, but due to, I think it was an accident, and due to the fact that there was a shit ton of rain, like a shit ton of rain, like we are in space driving in this car, it's that much rain, you know, like when it comes at you and you think you're in like hyperspace. Yeah, we're like that. And honey, I just wanted to sleep. I put my headphones on, but not too loud that I couldn't hear the rain, because I was like, I need to hear this rain right now, and it would just put me to sleep. Driving in the rain, one of my favorite things. Like, I can't drive myself, but being a passenger in the rain is one of my favorite things. It will put me to sleep. It will. But eventually I was like, because of the delays, I was like, look bro, I'm gonna need to piss, because I'm about to piss myself. Because when we left, I literally about 5 minutes later I went, I should have gone for a piss before we left. And my parents were like, yeah, but we'll be home in like, I think it's, what is it, like 45 minutes, an hour and a half, something like that, like somewhere in that realm, to get from where we live to York. And the delay ended up taking us like 3+ hours, I think it was. So obviously the whole time I'm like, I need a piss. Can't go for a piss because we're on the fucking motorway. So we get to about like half an hour, 45 minutes from home. Been stuck in traffic for most of the time. We've been delayed. We don't know what's going on. I think I might have like passed out at one point, and I had a snooze. I don't think I did that. I do this thing where I can't sleep in a car, but I can like doze. I can fucking doze and daydream and just like be out of it. But then if anybody makes any noise, I am fully awake. I'm literally just like, hello, yes, I've been here this whole time. I was just losing myself to my music. But yeah, so that ended up taking forever. So we stopped off at a service station so I could have a piss, and it would not stop. I was literally just like, this is the longest piss of my life, but okay. And then we came back out and I saw that they had a chopsticks, which I fucking love chopsticks. Caramel chicken, honey, caramel chicken. So I got like the family box of chopsticks. It lasted me 2 days, fuck off. With the I think I had noodles. Yeah, I had noodles and a triple helping of caramel chicken, because they were like, oh, choose 3. And I was like, 3 lots of caramel chicken, easy choice, mate. And some spring rolls. And yeah, got home, my parents got a McDonald's, and we all sat in it, and then I went to bed. But I have left you guys a little closing off message here, so I will leave it with past Exza. Thank you for watching this series, and I will say a goodbye at the end. So, back soon. We finally made it home. There was a lot of traffic on the motorway. We were like an hour delayed, hour and a half. I'm gonna get my comfies and go to bed because I'm exhausted. It's been a long few days socializing and doing things, but I hope that you've enjoyed this little vlog. And yeah, I hope to go back to York again at some point and finish things I didn't get to do and stuff, but yeah. So yeah, thank you for watching. I believe my phone in that video cut off because of the memory issue, which is good that it did it at the end, you know. But yeah, like I said, thank you guys for watching. I know you guys, we do get more views on these exploration videos, which I really appreciate. It's one of my favourite series to record. It's a lot more time consuming and effort filled than the gaming videos, for example. Like, yes, they are time consuming, yes, they are effort filled, but this involves like obviously leaving the house, finding somewhere to record, finding somewhere to go, having the time off work to actually go and record for a few days, and etc, etc. I do still have 2 more series recorded from in between the time of COVID and now that are going to be long series that are exploration, that are going to be posted, so that'll keep me going for a while I try to like find others to do. Like I say, it's mostly just having the time off work that's the issue. But if you would like to support that, please like, share, comment and subscribe, because the more views I get, the more interaction we get, the more subscribers and everything. Eventually this could be my full-time job, which is the plan eventually, hopefully. So if you enjoy any of these stupid little videos, like going to an anime cafe in York or playing Skyrim and moaning at the mouse not working properly and whatever, please just watch what you can, share what you can, and yeah, it really means a lot to me, and it is free. All of it's completely free, and it'll just support me a bit and hopefully get us towards our goal a bit quicker. At the moment we're aiming for 200 subscribers, but obviously the main goal is going to be to get over 1 million one day, which isn't looking likely, but I love doing YouTube, and I would much rather try and love doing it than do something that I don't enjoy and be miserable trying to post videos of stuff that I don't enjoy. So even though my videos might not get many views, I enjoy making them, and I hope that translates through to you guys. So little heartfelt message over. Thank you for joining. Like, share, comment and subscribe. Check out my socials down below. There's also a business email for any requests you want me to do, any games, any TV show reactions, which is another one that is difficult to fucking do because YouTube copyright. Don't get me started on that. Yeah, thank you for joining me, guys. I'll see you all next time. Bye, guys. Start eating my microphone. I'll do it. I'll eat my microphone. Shouldn't do that. Did you know I have a proper music recording microphone now as well? Like a proper studio with all the kit and everything for it. And don't expect any covers anytime soon, honey, because oh my god, that's the most anxiety inducing. Fucking beep ba boop ba da ba ska boop ba da ba. I need to stop recording. You've got too much to do today, Hannah.